Hello everyone, this is Yeeflex and welcome back to another Yeeflex Outdoors video. This is going to be my mid-May recap video at San Pablo. So on this trip, it's going to be maybe split into two different parts because there are two different parts that might be happening within this video. So on this fishing trip, I went with my dad to San Pablo and we went to our normal spot. And the weather in the morning we thought was going to be a lot warmer than what it actually ended up being. So it was a pretty last minute trip. So we went out to San Pablo, kind of expecting it to be on the warmer side. We got out there and it was actually pretty cold. It was pretty windy and overcast. And I actually was a lot colder than I expected and was kind of bundled up a little bit more than I thought I would be just for being out of San Pablo. But you really never know. So in the morning, I think there were about 4 people that had caught fish when we got there because we got there a little bit later. And throughout the whole morning, there were maybe like 2 or 3 guys that caught fish, and that was about it. And the weather said it was supposed to clear up later in the day, but we weren't exactly sure if the weather report was going to be right. Luckily, luck was on our side, and the sun came out and it got warmer, which just for me, it was great because I was pretty cold out there. Just because it's like mid-May and I really thought it was going to be warmer, and it was a lot colder. It felt kind of like February all over again, which was unusual. But once it hit the afternoon, it warmed up, and actually, at least for us, that's when the bite started to warm up. So on this day, a lot of the fish that we saw were pretty quality over quantity. So we didn't see many fish that were 11, 12 inches that were caught, which was very surprising. So at the end of the day for us, we got 4 bites, but we caught 3 fish, and the 3 fish we caught were very good size. And basically the fish started to come out and bite, I think when the sun came out, when it got a little warmer, like the water, when the sun came out, because that's kind of what I was predicting, as when the water warmed up that trout would bite. And luckily that happened for us, and we got the first bite. We missed that one, unfortunately. And then the second bite, we got that fish. That was when I was in the middle of checking one of my rods. Then that bite happened. That fish ended up being a 14-inch trout. I have a short video somewhere that I'll insert into this video as well. And then the second fish was interesting because this fish was probably the biggest of the day. It was a 16.5-inch fish, kind of a fatter fish, and it pretty much hooked itself. I hadn't seen this in a while, where the fish, I guess, swallowed the bait and it tried to kind of get it out of its system. So it jumped out of the water to try and spit out the hook, but I think it hooked itself even more. And I saw that splash and the bobber go straight up, and then I just hooked that fish and got that fish. So it was really great. It was really surprising. And then the last fish was really right before we were about to leave in the afternoon. Like we were literally like gonna pack up, like I was starting to pack up, all of a sudden like the fish just started biting. I was like, what the heck? Like my dad noticed that the rod tip bent. I didn't even notice because I was starting to put stuff away. I went over to the rod, picked it up, set hook, and then the fish was there. So it was another 14-inch trout. So the 2 14-inch trouts were DFGs, and then the 16.5-inch trout was a 16. Yeah, it was a Mount Lassen trout from what I remember when just cleaning the fish. So overall, really great trip. In the morning, like my dad and I were pretty pessimistic, saying that we probably weren't going to catch any fish, let alone get any bites. And then we ended up with 3 really quality fish. I had not seen fish that size in a while at San Pablo. Last time I saw that size was probably in February when I caught the lightning trout. So really surprising. Most of the time we've been catching like 11, 12-inch trouts. So it was really surprising. I didn't even know there were any big trouts left at San Pablo. One of the trouts we gave to a family friend, and the other 2 we're gonna cook up, but I might do just a really short video with some pictures on that one, recapping how I cooked the last 2 trouts. So overall, just a really good fishing trip, really last minute, and it was a lot colder than I expected, but it was nice to see the bigger fish out there. Like I hadn't seen the bigger fish in a while, so it's great to see the bigger fish out there, and I hope to catch some other bigger trouts or just trouts in general in the future, but the season's almost ending, so we'll see. But anyways, I hope to see you guys in the next Yeeflex Outdoors video. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.